Hey guys, it is Zorn1220 here with a video about some of the add-ons I use. This was actually requested by a viewer, so I figured I would help him out, let him know what I do. So first things first, what you want to do is actually go to esoui.com as I've shown here, and you want to download Minion. I think this is the best way to download any add-on. It's very helpful, saves you a lot of time, and just a lot of headaches as well, because otherwise you have to add everything yourself and it's just a pain. For some reason my menu closed. But yeah, so this is what I use here to get all my add-ons. If you want, you can search here, but I'm actually going to show you what it looks like on Minion. So here's Minion here, has all my listed add-ons, and I have it set to automatically update every time I open it up, which is actually, and just once again, easy. Saves me some time. But first things first, one must-have add-on for any ESO player is Master Merchant. And what Master Merchant allows you to do is actually check the prices on most items that are being sold. So you can check for other players in your guild, or check for yourself to make sure you're not getting scammed by spending too much money on this item that's actually worth only like 100 gold, something like that. And a lot of people will ask you like, hey, can you take this price for me, and you can help them out. It's definitely a must-have, and helps you out with any sort of trading that you might do. Another one that I highly recommend for everybody is Sky Shards. Um, it will let you know the locations of all the Sky Shards throughout all of Tamriel, and that's helpful as well because I was reading through the hints a long time ago, and they were just annoying, and I just did not have the patience to try to figure out where those things were in order to get my skill points that I wanted. Um, and then also there's lore books, which is basically the same thing except to let you know where all the lore books are throughout Tamriel. So if you're trying to get to level 10 in the Mages Guild and you have a crap ton of books to find, this is the one to use, and so you don't have to spend all your time just kind of hoping that you stumble upon some books in your area. Um, and then another one that I really like is FTC, Foundry Tactical Combat. Most players know about this. If you're a new player, I recommend it over the scrolling combat text that ESO added themselves, um, for the Thieves Guild update. I think it displays good information. I like the way it's set up. Sometimes the numbers are, I think they're a little bit off on like how much damage you're doing per second and stuff like that. But um, for a while it wasn't updated, and then Sony finally took over it and started working on it. So hopefully, if the numbers are off a little bit, they'll fix that soon. If you don't like FTC, there's also there's LUI extended. And it does basically the same thing. It has, I think, a lot more features than FTC. The only thing is, it's like the comparison between the two is FTC would be um, more like Apple. Like the iPhone operating system is nice and user friendly. It's pretty easy to figure out. Whereas a UI extended is more like Android. Has a lot more features, can do a lot more things, but it takes more time and more patience to work with and get it set up the way you want it to do. I'm too lazy to do that since I've already done FTC, and that's what I was using already. For like trying out uh, the other add-on, it just wasn't for me. But it might be for somebody else. Uh, and then the rest of mine, well, Lost Treasure also shows locations of chests, or uh, if you get maps that show you locations of treasures and everything, it will actually leave an X, or I guess they updated it where it shows this icon now, but it'll let you know exactly where to dig to find that treasure on the treasure maps, and then it also shows surveys for crafting, which is very helpful, so you don't have to go and once again, most of mine just save you a bunch of time. It's just the way to go. Instead of wasting your time doing stuff that these add-ons can do for you, you now have more time to go and quest and dungeon or whatever you're gonna do. since you have these things that help speed up the process. Um, Feed an army is one. If you're a provisioner, I highly recommend it. Or if you're trying to get provisioning up, that as well, because it allows you to um, craft multiple items at once instead of having to click one at a time. Like, okay, craft, wait for it to start, craft, craft. It just does it all at once, and I'll show that in a minute. Um, it's definitely a must-have for anybody that's trying to do provisioning. AI research grid and harvest map, um, research assistant, and wicked outfitter are all easier to talk about in game. So I will start talking with wicked outfitter. You can see at the bottom of my screen here, it shows that I have this here for Wicked's Outfitter. I have the light armor set. What it'll actually allow me to do is if I were to change, I'm just going to toss a bunch of different stuff on real quick. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like. A chest plate, yeah, throw that on. Just a bunch of random gear. Probably helps if I take my costume off though. Oh, that looks weird. Anyway, so now I can do plus, type in that, and if I want to switch back and forth between the two, now I just go up to light, click equip, and it switches everything back over to my original set. Go back and switch it here. I forgot to save it. That's smart. But yeah, so you had to click save first on the set in order for it to save it, so I didn't do that. But anyway, that gives you an idea of what it does, and that's really helpful for people that might run different sets for PvP versus PvE. You know, I used to run light armor and dungeons, and then heavy armor, and when just questing, I thought it gave me more survivability time. I didn't really know much about the game anyway, so it was kind of a stupid decision in the end. But yeah, it's pretty helpful if you're switching between sets. Makes things really easy and quick. And then research assistant slash the research grid is very helpful if you're crafting and you want to be able to look at what all you're doing. You just type in slash AirG and boom. It shows you everything that your character is researching or has currently researched. I have no items being researched right now. But it'll let me know what I can research, how many traits I've researched per item. And so when I'm looking to ask people to help me out with the research, making items for me, I can just look at this, go, okay, I need another chest plate, let's finish that off, get exploration, so I can just ask for that. And instead of having to go to like a blacksmithing station and look it up there, it's just right there, easy to see. It also lets me know what styles I have learned. And so if I'm looking to buy stuff on the store, I'll be like, okay, I can't remember if I have Dweller Bow. Let me look at it. Oh, I do. Okay, don't need to buy that. Don't waste my money. So, okay, now I need these 10 here. So it helps me figure out what I'm doing. And also, most scrolls will actually let you know whether you've learned it or not now because of the add-on that I have. And if you're looking to see between characters, it's okay. My other character has researched. I don't even know why I researched a bow, but apparently I did. Yeah, one whole item. So you can go between characters and see what all of them have researched. And if you're looking, if you find a item on another character, you're not sure if you can use it for research on your main crafter or whatever, you can just look at it. Be, okay, I need this one. Let me save it in my bank and use it for later. All that sort of stuff. It's very helpful. I love it. Is definitely very nice one to have. What else have I not talked about? Alright. Oh, the harvest map. The harvest map is amazing if you're trying to look for items, if you're trying to look for crafting supplies. It helps you, instead of, it's okay, well I need cotton, okay, well I know this area has the cotton, but now I don't know where the cotton's sitting. It's like once you have found one of the nodes, it'll actually save it and let you know where it is in the future. So for example, this is Hugh's Bane for me. I have grabbed quite a few of the nodes here, and so now I can look. Okay, I know there's going to be ore here, and there's Ancestor Silk and Ruby Ash Wood. Like, so it lets you know like what is where. Also, any sort of chest that you get, it will put those on there, so you can come back later. Some of these are thieves' troves. Some of those are just lock boxes or regular chests that I've found. But it'll let you know where everything is. Um, but then you compare it to something I haven't been in a long time. There's nothing. Nothing there. So then you can go back to Spain. Done most of my node farming here just because it has a higher level stuff that I'm saving up for whenever I get to V16. Of course, they're getting rid of the champion ranks anyway, or vet ranks. So I guess I'm not sure how that's going to work. I need to look at the patch notes. Anyway, and then there's also Craglorn. Go in there for Yarn Crux, so I can like map out the path that I'm going to take in order to try to get the most efficient like farming method in order to get Yarn Crux faster. So yeah, and I think that's everything. I guess I could show you what FTC actually looks like in action. So yeah, I'm gonna ride out and do that real quick. Alright, so I found something to fight. The first things first, FTC will show you all the buffs that you have. You can actually see mine on the side there. And it'll show you how much longer you have on each one. Very helpful. It also shows you any debuffs. You can see my health bar, mana bar, and stamina bar at the bottom. It shows that as well. Let's fight them real quick. Alright, my keyboard's not right yet. So yeah, as you can see, it shows all damage done. Scrolling up to the left, any damage being taken is scrolling up to the right. It lets you know when your ultimate is ready. It also lets you know when potions are ready, which is very helpful. I'm gonna go fight one more thing just to show. Alright. So it lets you know when you enter combat, when you leave combat, what experience you gain, all that sort of stuff. It's very helpful. I think it's better than the scrolling combat text that they added. It's kind of weird what they did. I think like the text like pops up above people's heads. I don't like it. So then you can also go to add-on settings here, FTC, and you unlock positions, which allows me to move around everything. So I love that it's customizable. I can put everything where I want it to be. So it's right where I want it, easy to look at, all that sort of stuff. It also shows you at the bottom your average damage per second. Oh yeah, I just said that. Anyway, yeah, average DPS, average healing. It shows you the duration of a fight, all that sort of stuff. It gives you plenty of information. I just think it's the way to go. So yeah, I think that is everything. If you have any more questions or if I missed something, didn't explain something well enough, let me know in the comments. And if you liked the video, please hit the like button. It would be helpful. Also, if you want to look for more content, don't be afraid to subscribe. Also, once again, this was suggested to me by a viewer, and I would love to take any sort of viewer suggestions. And so just hit me up on my inbox or hit me up in the comments or something. Let me know what you'd like to see next. And have a great day.